doing a project on the Emma Goldman Clinic.
Great.
Can I interview you guys at all?
You can.
Okay.
You can interview me.
I can? Yeah.
Callie may talk, but...
Can I record this? It's just like 5
You can.
questions.
I'm not afraid of
Thank
anything
you
that you
so
might do.
much.
And your name is?
Sasha.
Sasha?
Hi,
I'm Mike.
nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you. This is Callie, Sasha.
Hi. Nice
And are
to
you a
meet
journalism student?
No, it's just for my rhetoric class. We have to analyze
Rhetoric.
the public space, and so so I figured I might as well do that.
All right, and you have questions you want to ask. I'm going to stand right here because I need to stay in the shade because I get burned.
Okay,
So if you come closer, I won't. Yeah,
Okay, 1 minute.
I forgot my hat today, and I'm already paying the price.
Okay. And then, would you like to say anonymous? Because I can take your
It
name
doesn't
out of
matter. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
It's whatever you'd like to do. I'm not afraid of the gospel.
Okay.
The Apostle Paul says in Romans 1:16, I'm not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of God unto salvation, so I have nothing to hide from. All right, Sasha, what do you want to know?
All right, so first, what is your name?
My name is Mike Ried.
All right, so what organization are you affiliated with?
I pastor a church in Davenport, Iowa called Grace Fellowship Church.
Okay, and is that what the groups that are usually standing outside of this church are
There's
for?
two groups. One is that if you come up here on Thursdays, most every Thursday, a group of us from Grace Fellowship Church are here. If you go to Planned Parenthood on Tuesdays, a group from Grace Fellowship Church is usually there. But the group you see out here twice a year is a group called 40 Days of Life.
Okay.
We're not affiliated with them, nor they us. That's a different group. That's a group that comes out in the spring and the fall for 40 days in each season they really don't talk to anybody. We're here to talk to people and pass out tracts. Most of them just stand here and pray or stand here. So not the same group.
Not the same group. All right. So what are your beliefs with your group? Like, what do you stand for?
Yeah, so what we're here for is we want people to hear about the gospel. We want to hear about Jesus Christ. We want them to hear the fact that we're all sinners. We all sin against our God who created us. He gave us rules to live by that He's written on our hearts. That's why we know it's wrong to steal. We know it's wrong to lie. We know it's wrong to kill. We know those things are wrong because God placed that in our hearts. But we do those things. And we're here to tell people about the hope that comes in Jesus Christ. God Himself who came down, lived a sinless life, and died and took on the wrath of God the Father. So that's called the gospel. We're here to tell people the gospel. Now we are also here in this particular place because what happens in there is children are killed every day, every Thursday and Friday. And so we're here to try to plead with mothers not to kill their children, to plead with mothers that there's other options, adoption. There's other ways to handle that. So we're here for two reasons. One is because we care about the babies that are being killed. And two, and more importantly, we care about the souls of everyone here, including the mothers, and they're being made right with the God who created them.
So how do you feel about the other services that they offer at this establishment? Are you against those? Or?
No, well, certainly not. There'd be nobody. Well, I can't say that. I would not say that flu shots are a bad thing in and of themselves. Now, there's a place called Informed Choices here in Iowa City that gives all the same care they give in here, but they won't kill babies and they won't give birth control. So the services, when you talk about services being medical services, great.
Yeah.
Now, the majority of the profits from these places, they come from killing babies. So you can't, it's kind of like saying if there's a strip club, but also in the strip club, they feed the homeless. Would I be against feeding of the homeless? Of course not.
Right.
But not tied with a strip club. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Same idea. So I don't support what goes on in there because they kill babies. So, but I think it'd be ludicrous to say it's wrong to get a flu shot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fine to get a flu shot.
Yeah.
You can get it in many other places where they don't do these things.
So you're not necessarily against the establishment, you're more against the one thing that...
Well, yeah, so I guess that would put us against the establishment because that's what they do. Again, back to my bad analogy, but it makes sense, I think. If there's a strip club that feeds the homeless, well, I'm against that establishment.
Right.
But not the feeding of the homeless.
Right.
The two are not, they're mutually exclusive. They happen to tie them together, which then makes me against the strip club or the murder club.
Right. So what are some of the tactics that you...
Ma'am, please don't go in there. Come talk to us. Come talk to us, ma'am.
What are some of the tactics that you use to try and stop women from...
Yeah, so you saw one right there just trying to talk to them. So yeah, it's interesting. You say tactics. Well, our desire is to talk to people.
Right.
And so we try to get them to stop and talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
And
an abortion packet.
we have an abortion packet that we try to give to women that are going in. You're welcome to take one.
That would actually be great.
You're welcome to take
Thank
one.
you so much.
So Very few take it.
Yeah.
But that's our desire. And does it have a gospel track in there too? Yeah. And so, no, I just want to make sure.
Okay.
Because the gospel, what I told you before about Christ coming to die for sins if we turn to Him, that's the most important thing. Look, when they walk out of here, we still want to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike most people that are standing outside of abortion clinics, many, not the 40 days, by the way, a lot of people, they're very hateful. They're not here because they love people. They're here with an agenda to save babies, which is a fine agenda.
Right.
But when these ladies walk out, I still want to talk to them because I'm a sinner that needs forgiveness in Christ. So I still want the same message to get to them. And I also want to tell them there's an after-abortion pill. Now, if they have surgical abortions, nothing going to happen.
Right.
But still, there's forgiveness in Christ. We don't judge them. Man, everybody walks by, why are you judging us? We're not. God will judge us. We're just trying to tell you the truth. We're trying to care for you.
Yeah. And then just a couple basic questions. So how often do you come and stand up?
We're here every Thursday.
Every Thursday?
Well, that's not true. 3 out of 4 Thursdays a month.
Okay.
And then we're at the Planned Parenthood every 3 out of 4 Tuesdays a month.
Okay. And then how long do you stay?
Well, it varies. It varies. We sometimes stay 4 hours. Right now we're in a stretch we stay here for 4 hours.
Okay, yeah.
But other times we come in the morning, and I think they've switched some of the times people come because of us. So,
yeah.
Not that I'm trying to be secretive, but we change up when we come because we want to talk to people.
Yeah, totally. And then, so how many people usually come with you guys?
Yeah, anywhere from 3 to 7.
3 to 7, yeah.
4 or 5 is a normal number.
And then, are you affiliated with any groups on campus? Like, are there any?
We're not.
No. Okay.
We're not affiliated. We are simply affiliated with a church in Davenport, Iowa.
Right.
So we're not even affiliated with a church here. Now we do a Bible study here in town. Ma'am, please come talk to us. Please don't go in there, ma'am. You know what's so hard, Sasha, is I don't know about those 2 particular ladies. They might not be going on Thursdays and Fridays. They kill babies. So most likely they're going in there. And what's going to happen is a life's going to end. And it's very hard to witness that because I don't know what your stance is, and people want to get all crazy about, rhetoric. Let's have a discussion about when human life begins.
Right.
And at the end of the day, my worldview tells us when life begins at conception because God knits us together in mother's womb. I get this zygote talk. Great, you were a zygote once with your own DNA, your own blood type, your own heartbeat. Now you're inside of a woman, but you are your own person.
Right.
And so the reality is, and we in our culture we have been so lied to. Even me, your whole life, me most of my life, that is not normal. It's not a human being. That's just not true. And if the moms knew it was a baby, that's why, many of these ministries like Informed Choices, they want to give an ultrasound, because if they give an ultrasound, there's an 80% chance they won't kill their babies. By the way, you say about giving care, they won't give an ultrasound in there.
Okay.
You know why? Because moms won't kill their babies if they see the heartbeat, they see the shape of a baby.
Okay.
But if they can make it be a non-living being, a zygote, or an embryo, or whatever, fetus, or whatever other words you want to put on that,
Yeah.
it dehumanizes it. But it needs to be humanized.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how I got on that, but that's what, they're very strategic in what they do. So is Planned Parenthood.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Yeah, Sasha.
This was so helpful.
Great.
It was great meeting you.
Great, and
Thank
please
you.
read this.
Yes.
And let me just show you something on the back of it. That's our web address.
Okay.
Because, Sasha, what I want you to know is I'm happy to do an interview, but I want you to know that I care about your soul, and I care that you'd be made right with your Creator.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right,
Nice
Sasha.
talking to you.
Take care.